And say it out loud. Say it out loud.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Making It in Tampa Bay. My name is Jacob Thomas. I am your health and fitness guru expert. You name it, here for you guys. Some of you are probably looking, listening, wondering, where is everybody else at? Where's Jake at? Where's Colton at? Where's Pastor Ryan? So just to give you guys a little bit of insight into our lives. So obviously we do have lives and careers outside of our podcast. So Pastor Ryan is with Radiant Church over in Sri Lanka, doing amazing work over there. We wish him all the best. He should be back very soon with us, joining the podcast, but he's just doing amazing work, amazing discipleship, and growing the community in the faith community over there in Sri Lanka. Colton is in New York with some friends and some family, just taking care of life out there and being able to enjoy his time with them as well. So he should be back with us very soon as well. And then Jake has an amazing opportunity that I know eventually he will get to speak about and hopefully be able to grow his business on. So no spoilers to come. Obviously, I know a little bit of details, but just for the sake of the company and who he's meeting with, we'll save it for later because I know it probably could be a whole other podcast episode that we'll get to very shortly. But today, since it's just me, I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about life and things that have been going on. So as I was discussing with Robert earlier, something that happened to me today, and a topic that I kind of wanted to start off with was essentially when things hit the fan, we'll call it. And so I essentially am working on trying to grow our podcast and the fitness segments as well. So I'm doing what is called fast fitness segments. And so basically what I'm trying to do is find fitness experts, influencers, people that I see that could help grow our community, help inspire people to go out, get into the gym, start eating healthy, whatever it is. I want to be able to give them a voice and a platform where they can speak to the greater population out there, and especially all of you that are listening to us today. And so essentially what I did was I was interviewing a lovely lady who was giving me all of her time, and essentially I ran into a little bit of mishap. The audio didn't work. And so I was able to get in all the video. I was able to do a little bit of research, make sure I had myself covered, but essentially I just missed the mark. And I think sometimes in life we struggle with, missing the minor details. And I think it's a struggle that I have, and I'm sure you probably have too, that sometimes we don't always get things right. And I think that's the biggest thing that I need to learn is, even though I might have missed the mark on this time, I know I won't miss the mark next time. And I think it also helps though too, is who are you listening to when you're having these struggles? Who's around you when you're going through these difficult times? Are you talking about them? I feel, especially for a male, and I'm sure some of you males can agree, sometimes you don't want to talk about things. Sometimes you don't want to talk about what you're struggling with. And I've experienced that in my own personal life, especially with my fiance, with my mother. Sometimes I just don't want to talk about things. I try to put my ego in front and I try to just push through it. But you know what? It's hit me really hard sometimes. And today especially was it. My fiance was, fortunately with me. So I was able to kind of talk to her about that and kind of say, you know what? I wish I could have done better. This is really frustrating. And you know what? All she said is, you live, you learn, and you move on to next time. And I think sometimes that's really all we have to do. And it was still eating me up afterwards. I talked to another person, said the same thing. You live and you learn, you'll know for next time, you'll grow. And then from there, you'll be able to share your story. And so I know one day, eventually somebody's gonna probably hear this on a podcast and they're gonna say, Jake, I wanna start a podcast. And you know what I'm gonna be able to tell them? Make sure you do your homework. You got your audio, got your video, you're set, you're good to go. And so you just live and learn, and you just realize that one day your mistake might be a promise, a way to help somebody later down the road. So just always remember that what you're going through, you might be able to help with later down the road. Another thing I wanted to talk about is, obviously, with the podcast segments, is something that I'm going through, trying to just hustle in a sense, hashtag hustling. But what I'm working on is I'm trying to figure out ways that I can grow myself and be able to make an impact on the Tampa Bay community and beyond. Obviously, I would love to be able to impact as many people, but I know that I have a unique gift. And I know my unique gift is a way to be able to interact with people in person. Now, a lot of people, especially the individual that I got to interview today, does a lot of online coaching. And no matter what way you can impact people, I think you need to find your specific niche. If you think that valuing your time, being able to help people online, being able to help a greater mass is going to be your niche, then I definitely encourage you to do that. But if you feel like you really need a sense of, I need to talk to somebody, I really want to invest my time in their day to be able to just meet with them face to face, then I think you should do it. Because I feel that sometimes I struggle with, well, I could be helping more people if I went to online coaching. But at the end of the day, I know that that's not what's going to make me happy. What's really going to make me happy is being able to talk to people, see them face to face, feel that emotion, feel that passion, feel that sense of, I want to change. And then from there, allowing me to help them and be able to change. So from there, also just making these podcast segments. I hopefully have an interview tomorrow with somebody, the next week, and then from there, just continue to grow. Hopefully being able to work on myself and then also learn that I need to be able to have my audio and have my video set up. But we all live and we all learn. So, and last but not least, I kind of wanted to talk about like why it's just me. So obviously, like I said, we all have careers and we all have things going on. But the biggest thing I told myself and I told the rest of the guys is, I'm not going to let this go. Over this past weekend, as some of you may know, and I've mentioned in our past podcasts, I'm part of a supplement company called First Form. It means the world to me. I've posted a lot about it on my Instagram, and I've talked about it a lot on the past podcasts. So feel free to go back and listen. Check me out on Instagram. I talk about it a lot. But something that really hit home to me, and what I'll finish off with, and I hope that you take a little bit home from, is when I got the chance to meet Andy Frisella, the CEO of First Forum. I went up on stage with him. We were basically in line, just waiting to take pictures with him. Obviously, he's a popular guy and his time's very valuable. And so essentially what they did was they said, hey, if you want to take a picture with him, line up and we'll take a quick picture. You can ask him a question, talk to him, thank him, and then on your way. So what I did was I said, you know what? He does a podcast. I think I should ask him what his biggest advice is for doing a podcast. So as I'm going up there, I hand my phone over to the camera guy, TJ. Shout out TJ. Hope you listen to this someday and I appreciate you. But essentially what I did was I said, hey, Andy, I just want to thank you for your podcast. And he has an amazing podcast, the #1 business podcast in the world. Probably #2, depending on, if he's getting content out, but it's always #1 in my heart because I love it and I think it's really valuable. So if you get the chance to listen to it, do it because it is really valuable. But essentially what I asked him was, Andy, I'm starting out a podcast. We're 5 or 6 episodes in. What do you think the biggest piece of advice is? And you know what he told me straight to my face, just as I'm looking at you? He said, be consistent. He said, don't ever give it up. He said, don't get to episode 5 or episode 6 and just let it go. He said, the minute you think that, you'll do it next week, it'll be the following week. And then it'll be the following month. And then 2 months down the road, you'll say, why did I give this up? Why did I even start it? And then you'll start to doubt yourself. So I say to you, if you're going to start something, all you got to do is just put 1 foot forward. Be consistent with it. Don't ever let up. Don't ever let off the gas pedal and keep pushing forward. Guys, I know this is a quick podcast. I know this is a quick video, but I just wanted to say for all of you that have given us a review on iTunes, given us a review on Spotify, given us a shout out on Instagram, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I do appreciate it. I'm starting to get emotional, so I'm trying to keep it together. But I just wanted to let you know, it's a great way for us to be able to help you and just be genuine human beings, just having conversation like we're talking to our best friends. You guys are our best friends because you guys value us and we value your opinion too. So feel free to give us a shout out, give us a review on Apple, or even just tell me, hey, Jake, your podcast is awesome. And I appreciate it. And we would really appreciate that. And I know the rest of the guys would too. So guys, have a great rest of your day. We value you so much. We're so grateful for you, for listening to all these episodes so far. Have an amazing day, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.
And say it out loud. Say